back to the Local Loop. Today we wanted to talk to you about conveyance tax.
Yes, so do you even know what conveyance tax is? So conveyance tax is actually an imposed tax that is from either the municipal or the county or the state tax that is imposed on a transfer of property.
Yeah, and so everyone should know, especially sellers in Connecticut, that the law has changed, and as of July 1st of next year, there will be a first-time Connecticut mansion tax.
Yeah, that's right. And this was approved last year in last year's budget, and is, like Joy said, was taking effect in July 1st. And so we wanted to get the word out there because a lot of people don't know about it. There wasn't that much news.
No, there really wasn't.
Yeah. And so we wanted to make sure for all those sellers that are planning on listing next spring, what this imposed mansion tax will mean when they sell their listing next spring.
And of course, if you ever do think of listing, you should also talk to your agent and your attorney who would go over all the closing costs, because you don't want to get to the closing table and find out that you owe all this money.
Right, right, because an important point to that is that in New York, they have a conveyance tax or a mansion tax, but the buyer actually pays for it.
Correct.
So here in Connecticut, the seller is going to be paying this new mansion tax. So what is the mansion tax?
Yeah, so we've always had a tax, and it's broken down into different tiers. The first $800,000 is taxed on the state level at 0.75%.
Right.
And then if your house is sold above $800,000, then it goes to another threshold, and that's at 1.25%.
And so now what they've done is, in this new proposed bill, is that any property that has a value of over 2.5, that portion of property value in excess of that is now going to be taxed at 2.25%.
So it's really 1% more. So for example, a $5 million house, if you were to sell it before July 1st versus after July 1st, you're really talking about a $25,000 differential.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not a huge tax, but it is something that is noteworthy and worthwhile knowing, so that you know what you're getting into when you're ready to list your home next year.
Yeah. One more thing though. So the state of Connecticut doesn't want everyone to flee.
That's true.
So they have put in another incentive. It's a rebate that after you sell, if you stay in Connecticut and you don't need to buy another property, you can even rent. But you need to stay in Connecticut for 6 more years, and we want you here, is that you will get the money that you paid, the differential between the 1.15%. So anything above $2.5 million that you paid for that additional mansion tax will be given back to you in increments, and they divide it into thirds on your 4th, 5th, and 6th years to make sure that you stay here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it is an incentive, so it's not like you're just throwing it away and paying this tax. Hopefully you will get it back if you're going to continue being a resident of the state of Connecticut.
Yeah. And we want to thank, Ryan Sheppard, who came in and spoke to our team about this so that we could educate you all about it.
Yes, he's a great accountant. He's based in Fairfield and Greenwich. We'll post a link of his information below so that if you have any specific accounting questions, you can reach out to him. But yeah, he was the one that gave us all this great information, and now it's up to us to pass it along to you guys. So thanks so much. We appreciate it. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.